Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Monday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers are in action on Saturday night over this weekend, taking on none other than the Denver Nuggets. And I would say in a rivalry game, but this is far from a rivalry. The way that the Denver Nuggets continue to pummel the Los Angeles Lakers 15 out of the last 16 games. I don't know any other two teams in the league where one team is dominating the other one that much, unless you talk about maybe a Washington Wizards team or one of these bottom dwellers of the conferences who don't really play well and, don't really have a good team and who just getting beat up on by everybody. So it's not just one team that's beating up on them, it's everybody. But with the Lakers, they tend to win more than half of their games, above 500 team. But for some reason, cannot get over the hump with the Denver Nuggets. And what I noticed on Saturday night when I watched that game is same old song with the Lakers and Nuggets. I know JJ Redick leading into this season said there were some things that the Lakers could have done differently in the series against the Denver Nuggets that he could have helped taking them home. Just key fundamental things when it came to that of coaching. And of course, the Lakers we knew stood in place as far as personnel is concerned. So they didn't really go out and make any sort of major moves. And of course, the Lakers are still without Jared Vanderbilt, who I, for one, could think be a big factor in the series against Denver because he could help guard Jamal Murray as far as being a help defender on Nikola Jokic as time as well. But the Lakers, of course, only had Koloko. They really didn't have, Jackson Hayes was out as well. Anthony Davis really, I don't want to say he got his butt handed to him, but basically he did. If you turn around and you take a look at what Jokic was able to do, and like I said, the same old song, it was just that the Lakers played well in the first half, but couldn't close the deal. It seems like the Lakers come out in the second half and forgot how to play basketball. I mean, just totally forgot how to play basketball. Denver Nuggets is looking like a well-oiled machine in the third quarter. Coming into the third quarter, I want to say the Lakers were up by either 6 or 8 points. The lead quickly evaporated with the 12-2 run with Denver taking the lead, and Denver never looked back after that. You see what Nikola Jokic was able to do in 36 minutes of play, 12 out of 20 for 60%, 3 out of 7 from 3, 42%. Number one in the league thus far is Nikola Jokic with three-point percentage, and he picks and chooses wisely. Still shot over 42% for that particular game, 7 out of 8 from free throws, and of course, 34 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 assists, sort of triple-double. That just go to show you triple-double don't always mean anything, but he was right there with it, the impact that he had on the game. Michael Porter Jr., who has the best record of any individual ever against LeBron James, partly because of this Denver streak, is definitely had a great game as well. He punished the Lakers last year in the playoffs with timely shots time after time. He was 4 out of 7 from 3, 57%, 10 out of 15 from the field was Michael Porter Jr. with 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jamal Murray was held pretty quietly. Only 5 out of 12. He did get an eye injury. I think midway point in the third quarter was able to come back. He was 2 out of 4 from three-point line. He was a plus 20, so he got it cooking, but only 5 assists. So, 5 out of 12, only 14 points for Jamal Murray. You would think that the Lakers would have did good with that number, but it was his backup who actually came in and stirred up the most trouble against the Lakers, and that of former LeBron James and Anthony Davis teammate and Los Angeles Laker Russell Westbrook, who only played 24 minutes, but was surprisingly 6 out of 10 at 60% from the field, 1 out of 4 from 3, which is typical. 14 points, though. 14 points, but 7 rebounds and 11 assists. The 11 assists was big. At one point, you knew it was over when he just came in. They simply played with more energy. He came in with the putback dunk of a miss shot by, I think it was Jokic, and he came in and he flailed his arms and swung them around just to let everybody know. And then he was calling somebody in the crowd the B word, talking about, yeah, yeah, as he hit a wide open three. And I'm telling you what, Russell Westbrook was the energy that the Denver Nuggets needed off the bench. You know, Russell Westbrook was getting paid too much. I would love to have him come off the bench with the Lakers. Even when he was here, I was not a big fan of him. I thought he would be better than what he was, but he wasn't because he's on the decline. But if he's surrounded by players who can score, he can still get the job done as far as getting downhill, breaking down defenses, getting people open because he still attacks the rim. And he manages a way to always have the good vision to get it to an open shooter time in and time out. Thus, the 11 assists, which really hurt the Lakers. And then you take a look at the Lakers, and you take a look at that starting lineup. They put Cam Reddish back in that starting lineup, and they put Rui back in instead of Dalton Connect. Maybe that was an issue. Rui minus 13. Dalton Connect was a minus 17 himself, but the Lakers didn't have that, let's say, offensive juggernaut to start the game in that of Dalton Connect. But at the end of the day, it was the third quarter in which the Lakers, and I'm telling you right now, it's all mental. Denver Nuggets have all the confidence in the world against the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Los Angeles Lakers have no confidence at all in themselves versus the Denver Nuggets. And that is a big part of the issue. I'm telling you that right now. And then you look at Anthony Davis against Jokic. Terrible game for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, who many have been saying is the MVP, He's leading the league in scoring. Comes out against Nikola Jokic and only gives you 14 points from Anthony Davis. 6 out of 19, 31%, 0 for 2 from 3. Where are them big-time threes you've been hitting, Anthony Davis? The Lakers get down, and then they stayed down, and it's like they couldn't do anything. Then they try to make a bit of a run at the beginning of the fourth quarter. By that time, it's too late. Denver is the type of team you don't want to give up a big lead to because it's going to be too hard to get yourself back into the game because they play so much fundamentally sound basketball. And, you know, LeBron James didn't have a good game either. So while I'm talking about Anthony Davis, let's talk about the two-headed monster, and that of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. LeBron James, only 7 out of 17 from the field. That's only 40%, a measly 18 points. So you're talking, 18 points from LeBron James, 14 from Anthony Davis. That's 12? That's 32 points combined. Come on, AD been giving you that by himself. LeBron James been giving you that. So what is going on with that is what I'm trying to figure out. Austin Reeves didn't have the best of games either. Austin Reeves, 7 out of 13. He was 53%, but only 3 out of 7 from 3. Minus 22 for Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell, once again, horrible game. He had been doing good coming off that bench with a shot in the arm for the offense, but he simply could not do that against the Denver Nuggets. 2 out of 9. That's 2 bad games in a row for D'Angelo. Only 1 out of 6 from 3, shooting terrible from 3 past 2 games. Max Christie actually came in and played pretty solid in the 16 minutes that he did play. 5 out of 8 for Max Christie, but Gabe Vincent continues to give you nothing. So I'm just telling you right now, the Denver Nuggets, they do not like the Lakers, and they want to rub it in the Lakers' face every chance they get. They kept their starters in well after the Lakers had pulled their starters, even though they was up by 15 with like 4 or 5 minutes to go, and the Lakers waved the white flag. I think Malone wanted to say, yeah, boy, and that's exactly what they did, and I think the Lakers deserve it. Hell, I'm from the old school. Lakers had a lot to say in the offseason, said they was looking forward to their rematch last year. They got the rematch last year, and they got their ass handed to them again. So what can the Lakers do? They do need to get fully healthy, but at the end of the day, they have to gain some sort of mental edge. JJ Redick is going to have to do something and draw up something and find out something in that film. They don't play the Denver Nuggets again until February. Maybe that's a good thing. They can get some more Denver Nuggets on film and see what they did wrong in games prior to that, even though they had plenty of film that they've been getting their butts whooped the past 15 out of 16 games. It should be plenty of film for them to look at. But at the end of the day, the Denver Nuggets were on the second night of a back-to-back, had lost to Dallas without Luka. How can other teams keep beating Denver, but yet the Lakers cannot find a recipe for success going up against the Denver Nuggets for whatever reason it is? I do not know. So let's go ahead and as we lead into the end of today's show, because I, for one, I'm sick of talking about the Lakers getting their butts whooped by the Denver Nuggets. Let's take a look at the standings. The Lakers still at number 4. Lo and behold, the Clippers moving up in the standings, surprisingly so, at 11-7. Nuggets still in the 6th spot behind the Lake Show at 9-6. Lake Show still at number 4, 10-6. Rockets 12-6, and then the Warriors and Thunder still sit atop of the West at 12-4. Grizzlies, Suns, and Mavericks all hanging on 10-7, 9-7, and 9-8 respectively. And then rounding out the 10th spot is the San Antonio Spurs, who I thought would be one of those play-in teams with the addition of Chris Paul playing alongside Wemby. You have the Timberwolves, who are struggling with their Julius Randle trade. Anthony Edwards taking a lot of threes this season, sitting at 8-8. And the Kings at 8-9, who are a perennial playoff tender as well, with the addition of DeMar DeRozan. Just shows you how deep the West is. Pelicans struggling at the very bottom with no Zion Williams. Trailblazers and Jazz round out that bottom with them as well. Then you take a look at that top-heavy Eastern Conference, and that of the Cavaliers and Celtics, 17-1, 14-3 respectively. And this just in, Chris Porzingis is expected to play tonight. The Magic in that 3 spot at 11-7, and Knicks 9-7, Heat 7-7. Bucks starting to get things and right the ship. 8-9 to stay in that 6th spot. But you talk about that East, like I said, below 500, starting at that 6th spot. Compared to the West, you don't even have a team that is below. You don't even have a team in the Western Conference that is below 500 until you get all the way down into the 12th seeded Sacramento Kings. So that lets you know something right there. But Lakers have the Phoenix Suns on tomorrow. And of course, I think Bradley Beal will be back. I'm not sure if Kevin Durant is back yet or will be back. I think he may be slated to be back tomorrow. Going to be a very good game. Like I said, these are perennial powerhouses for the Western Conference when we talk about the end of the season, but maybe not so much by the Lakers if they run into Denver. That's for damn sure, but we won't talk about that now. We had enough of that. But if you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, that notification bell. And as always, this has been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.